the plea to recall the 25-week-old pregnancy abortion order. The Supreme Court, remember, is hearing this matter. And in fact, they are now going to be resuming the hearing at 2 p.m. because the Supreme Court has said that it is also going to be taking into consideration the views of the woman. So the pregnant woman in this case is going to be, her views are going to be taken into consideration, and then the Supreme Court will resume hearing this matter at 2 p.m. The centre, remember, had submitted an AIMS report that had raised several concerns around this as well. So after allowing the termination of a 25-week-old pregnancy, the hearing is continuing. What really happens to this abortion order is the question that needs to be answered. The Supreme Court, like I said, is hearing a plea to recall pregnancy termination order. The Supreme Court had earlier said that which court wants to stop a fetus with a heartbeat. The centre, remember, had submitted an AIMS report that had raised several concerns over the previous order of the Supreme Court. The court has then said that the woman has to agree. The centre and the state will support the decision. The Supreme Court is going to be asking the views of the woman, and the hearing in this particular matter is now going to resume at 2 p.m. It is an order that is likely to have far-ranging consequences going forward. It's a story that impacts a large number of people. Arvind Gurusekar, tracking the details of this big story from the Supreme Court now, joins us with more. Arvind, what more can you tell us?
Rishika, after Supreme Court passed the order allowing the termination of 26-week pregnancy, Centre moved an application in the Supreme Court seeking recalling of this particular order based on a new report that was submitted by the AIMS Medical Board. According to this particular new medical report of the AIMS Hospital, that the baby can still be born, and that's where they sought for a recalling of this particular order that allowed the termination of 26-week pregnancy. Today, the matter was heard by a Supreme Court bench comprising of Justice Nagaratana and also Justice Hima Kohli, wherein that's where they sought for this particular new report. In fact, they examined the new report that has been submitted by the AIMS Hospital. Supreme Court also raised some pertinent questions to the central government, saying that if it was the case, why didn't they inform it during the hearing, and why did the AIMS Medical Board come up with a new report after Supreme Court passed the order, and not satisfied with the conduct of central government in this particular case, without submitting this particular new report in the Supreme Court during the earlier hearing, and coming to Supreme Court after the Supreme Court has already passed the order. Supreme Court also sought for the views of the mother of the woman, wherein the mother of the woman agreed to keep the baby till the adoption is taken care of by the government, and even the husband also agreed to this particular proposal from the Supreme Court. But Supreme Court also sought for the views of the woman involved in this particular matter, and that's why Supreme Court has said that they will hear the matter at 2 o'clock after hearing the views of the woman, and then Supreme Court will pass an order. Earlier, Supreme Court has already allowed the termination of this 26 weeks pregnancy, but now with Centre saying that the new AIMS Medical Board has objected to the termination of the pregnancy, and that's why they sought for the recalling of the order. So Supreme Court has said that they will hear the views of the woman, and then Supreme Court will pass a final order whether to go ahead with the termination of the pregnancy, or whether to recall that particular order wherein Supreme Court has allowed the termination of the pregnancy.
So, Arvind, has this order been put on hold, or will we only have clarity on that post 2 p.m.?
For now, there is no stay order or anything, Rishika. Okay. The order will be passed only after hearing the views of the woman, and the order will be passed post 2 o'clock.